Hello and welcome to the Southwark CAMHS Children's Wellbeing Practitioner page. My name's Lucy and I'll be talking you through this video on ADHD and sleep. We also have videos about adolescence and sleep, promoting healthy sleep in children and autism and sleep on our website, which you may find helpful. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental condition that affects attention, impulsivity and hyperactivity. This video will cover why sleep is important, the links between ADHD and sleep, and some sleep hygiene tips that you may want to try. Sleep is important for both our physical and mental well-being. It helps our bodies work at their best, helping us to function day to day. Sleep helps our bodies grow and heal, and in some cases it can help protect us from health problems in the future. Good quality sleep allows us to cope with our emotions and store and sort our memories. If you've not slept well, you might feel less energised or less able to cope with the demands of everyday life. Given that sleep is so important to our overall well-being and functioning, lack of sleep can have a large impact on us, such as being more prone to illness, having quickly changing emotions, increased stress and anxiety, difficulty coping with everyday tasks, difficulty concentrating and thinking, and an increase in symptoms of ADHD. If you are concerned about yours or your child's sleep, it is important to seek advice from your GP. There is a close link between sleep and our mental health. If you are struggling with your mental health, this can affect how you sleep. For example, if you're feeling anxious, your worries may wake you up at night. If you're feeling low in mood, you may sleep more. Conversely, struggling with your sleep can also impact your mental health, making you feel anxious or low. You might find it harder to do day-to-day tasks, which can have a negative effect on how you feel and your mood. Children and young people with ADHD can experience difficulties falling asleep, staying asleep and getting up the next morning. They may also have poor quality sleep and struggle to shut off. Many factors can play a role in sleep difficulties for children and young people with ADHD. Some children may have difficulty recognising the difference between day and night, meaning that they are unable to settle down and be ready to sleep. By talking about the day and night, you can help your child to understand the differences between times of day, helping them to feel more ready to sleep. You may want to use pictures or use visual resources to show a clear distinction between light during the day and dark during nighttime. For many neurodivergent people, changes in routine can be unsettling and may lead to dysregulated sleep. We look at routines in more detail later on in the video. Melatonin is the hormone that we produce that promotes sleep. Some studies have suggested that those with ADHD may have irregular melatonin production, meaning that they produce the hormone at different times of day, leading to irregular sleep patterns. It is important to say that the relationship between ADHD and melatonin production is not fully understood. You can find links to more resources and reading on this at the end of the video. Tips on how to create a good sleep environment will be covered later on in the video. Some children and young people with ADHD may feel stimulated at bedtime, making them feel more alert and less prepared to fall asleep. We will cover some tips on how to reduce feelings of overstimulation shortly. Tips on managing anxiety at bedtime are covered in our Promoting Healthy Sleep in Children video or our Adolescence and Sleep video, which can both be found on our website. It is common for children and young people with ADHD to experience sleep issues or disorders. Diagnosis can be complicated because symptoms of ADHD and sleep disorders are often similar. Symptoms of ADHD are also more prominent when individuals are tired. These sleep disorders can prevent children and young people from getting enough sleep at night, which over time can impact their physical and mental health. If you are concerned that you or your child has a sleep disorder, it is important that you contact your GP. If you are struggling with disrupted sleep, you are not alone. It is thought that sleep problems occur in 25 to 55% of children and young people with a diagnosis of ADHD. We know that ADHD can mean that children or young people are more likely to struggle with their sleep. One study found that adolescents with ADHD are more likely to obtain insufficient sleep than their peers without ADHD. One possible explanation put forward by researchers is delays in the sleep-wake cycle. However, more research is needed to understand the causes of sleep difficulties in those with ADHD. It is also important to note that adolescence in itself is associated with a circadian shift that can influence sleeping patterns. Therefore, adolescents with ADHD may be particularly vulnerable to struggling with getting to and staying asleep. Next, we will cover some sleep hygiene tips that you can try to improve your sleep. Combating overstimulation at bedtime may help you to sleep. Our brains take in information through our 5 senses, and with so much information, the brain makes a choice about what to filter out and what is important. In individuals with ADHD, this process of filtering can be different and can mean that all information is seen as important, making it harder to focus. Overstimulation can be triggered by a variety of factors such as strong perfumes or loud noises. You may already have an idea of what leads you to feeling overstimulated and what can help you to feel calm. If not, it is a good idea to try and think about what can trigger overstimulation in you. You may want to ask a parent or carer to help you with this. In order to tackle overstimulation, you may want to try one or more of the following techniques. Square breathing will be demonstrated towards the end of the video, and we have attached some resources about mindfulness techniques at the end of the video. Progressive muscle relaxation involves starting at the top of your body and tensing each group of muscles for 5 to 10 seconds and then releasing. You may want to try a grounding exercise to help you feel calm, such as the 5-4-3-2-1 technique, which involves naming 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. The idea is to help you feel calm and to shift your focus to the present moment. It is also important to optimize your environment to help you sleep. Wherever possible, it is a good idea to stick to the following tips in order to help you feel sleepy at bedtime and to remain asleep throughout the night. It can be frustrating when you wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep. You may want to try resetting yourself. Keep some things close by for if you wake up. This could be water, a toy, a blanket, or a book. You may want to listen to sounds that you find comforting, like white noise or nature sounds. Take a break from trying to sleep. If you've been awake for a long time and can't sleep, it can be helpful to sit up and do something else, like reading. After a while, you can try sleeping again. You can try getting up from your bed and going to another room for 20 minutes. As mentioned earlier in the video, you might find breathing exercises helpful, especially if your mind feels busy or if you feel tense. Try square breathing. Find a square object and trace its outline. Breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, breathing out for 4 seconds, and then holding again for 4 seconds. You can pause the video now and try this technique. Thank you for listening to this video on ADHD and sleep. You may want to also have a look at the linked resources to find out more about the topics covered in the video.